Let's go on revising CLO3, which is applying fundamental probability to solve practical robust scenario review. Before we start solving questions, you have to know some information or some knowledge about the question. Okay, so you have to know what is the sample space. Sample space for an experiment. Yes. Like what? Experiment like what? Like toss or flip coin. So you have the sample space of this one is H or T, head or tail, right? Or you can do it in a tree method, H or T, right? This is, we call it the tree method. And this is how to write the sample space as a set, okay? But if you toss the experiment twice, you will have the tree like this. You can write it like H, T, H, H. How I can write this one? I'm going to this road and also going to the other road. Again, here you go to this road, so you have TT, and you go this road, you have TH. How to write this one in a sample space set? HT, HH, TT, and TH. This is the sample space when you toss or flip the coin twice. يبقى هنا once, here is twice. Okay. How many outcomes here is 2. 2 is the number of options on flipping the coins. You do it once, so 2 to the power 1, which is 2. Here you do it twice, the number of options is 2, and the number of times you have done this is 2 times, so you have 4 outcomes. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you toss, making a toss 3 times, the number of outcomes will be 2, the number of options in your experiment, which is tossing a coin. 3 times 2 to the power 3, so the number of output is 8. Why I'm telling you, it's very important to know what is the number of outcomes, because the probability of any event of any one of these is denoted by of an event. X is denoted by B of X. So B of X is equal to how many times your X appear in your sample space over the total number of outcomes. So if you have done the coin once, you have the probability of head equal to the probability of tail equal to 1, because over 2. Okay. Here, sorry. Here, if I'm asking you the probability of 2 head, and you make the toss twice, right? So 2 head is only this one. So I have only one once the 2 head appears over the total number of outcomes, which is 4, right? But in the 3 times, if I'm asking you how many times you have 3 heads, you have only once, but this time out of what? Out of 8. Okay, so you notice the probability is always bigger than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 1. How it comes could be 0. If I'm asking you, you make the coin, and I'm asking you P probability of having say number 8. Do you have number 8 in your coin? No. So the probability is 0. So sometimes the probability is 0 when the event is not in one of your outcomes, right? Okay, good. And the probability, if it is 0.5 to 1, you call it likely, but before 1, 0.99. But if it is 1, you call it certain. If it is less than 0.5 up to 0, you call it unlikely. Before 0 here, say 0.0001, but if it is 0, you call it uncertain. Probability never be negative. The probability never be negative. Shouldn't be less than 0. This is wrong. Okay. Okay. Now, let's go for the dice. If I'm asking you the number of outcomes when you rolling the dice, the die 2 times is equal to how many options in your die? 6. How many times you have done this experiment? 2 times. So 6 to the power 2, 3 to the power 6. Okay. So if I'm asking you probability of having have 1, for example, 3 times. 3 times. 1, 1, 1. 3 times. You have only 1 in this case out of how many of 36. You can change this one into percentage or decimal if you like. Okay. So this is all what you can say. But sometimes you don't have experiment and you don't repeat the experiment. No, sometimes you have a menu in your restaurant. Okay, in the menu you have appetizer, you have the main course, and you have a dessert. So in the dessert you may have what do you call it? It's a Pepsi. Let's make it dessert, and cola, orange juice. Okay, so you have 3 options here. In the main course, you have beef burger and chicken burger, and you have veg burger. So how many options here? 3. In the appetizer, you have only salad and onion ring. So in this case, what is the total number of outcomes? The total number of outcomes in this case is how many options in the first one? 2 times how many options in the second one? 3. How many options in the third one? 3. So the total must be 18, right? Okay. So if I'm asking you, he's already having salad and having chicken burger, what is the probability of having Pepsi? Probability of having Pepsi with salad and chicken burger, right? So he fixed the salad and the chicken burger for you from this. So you have no option here, but you have 3 options in the Pepsi. If choosing Pepsi out of 3 options, so you have 3 options out of what? Of 18. So it will be 1/6, which is 0.166. If it is 2 decimal places, it's better to delete this one and make it 0.17. Why I make this 17? Because the next one, the third one, is more than 5. Okay. Now I'm ready to solve my question. Let's go for the first one. Here, getting an even number. What I'm doing, I have 10 cards in a box from 1 to 10, right? Okay. I picked one randomly from 3 events listed below. Okay. Even number. What is the even number between 1 and 2 and 10? I have 2 and 4 and 6. Let's go do it here. Let's do it here. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. How many we have? We have 5 out of what? Out of 10, which is half, which is 0.5, which is 50%. If you like to write it in percentage, you multiply the decimal by 100 to get the percentage. This is likely because it is 0.5 or more, it will be likely. Okay, for the next one, getting a number greater than 6. What is the greater than 6 in this one? You have 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have 4 out of what? 4 out of 10, which is 0.4, right? So this is unlikely because it is less than half. This is likely because it is half or more. Okay. Now, for this one, okay, what is the probability that is red or yellow? You know, or when you have two sets, A or B, or you can write it like this, or you can write it A or B. So all what you have in A and B, right? So how many red? You have 3. How many yellow? You have 1. So you have to add them together. So you have 4 out of what? Out of 8, which is half, is 0.5. Okay. Next. How many outcomes I have here? I have 6. So for sure, my probability will be divided by 6, right? So I'm looking for yellow. How many yellow? I have 3 over 6, so it will be 0.5. For this one, not red. Not, it means the complement of this one. So 1 minus how many red I have? 2 of 6, which is 4 over 6, which is 2 over 3. Or you can write it 0.666. If you would like to have two decimal place, you cancel this one and make it 0.67 because this is bigger than 5. So if you have 5 or more, you can add 1 to the previous one. Okay. Easy. So not is a complement one. Or you can do it, not red. So it will be yellow or blue. So you can make it 4 plus 1. 3 plus 1 over 6. The same answer, right? Not red, maybe blue or yellow. So you have two options, but you have to know the probability of the complement. You remember the complement? A dash, it's 1 minus the probability of A. Now, let's go for this one. How many outcomes we have? Yes, we have 8. So our probability will have denominator 8. Okay. What you are looking for? A gray slice with even 9. So what is the even in the gray? I have only 4, 6, and 8. So I have 3 gray and even at the same time, which is 0.375. If you would like to make it into 2 decimal places, you make it 0.38. Okay. Okay. Now, go for this one. How many output we have here? We have a basket filled of 4 white eggs, okay, and 18 brown eggs, but these brown eggs, half of them are cracked. So how many cracked? Out of this brown is half of the 18, which is 9, right? So the cracked is not a new one. The cracked from the brown, right? So what is the probability of cracked and brown at the same time? Which is how many? 9 out of what? Out of the total. What is the total? I have 4 white and 18 brown, okay? So I have 9 over 22. You can find the decimal of this one, right? Okay, now, what is the outcomes we have here? Okay, we have 32 girls were asked. So this is the people are surveyed, right? Okay, so our probability has denominator 32 in the 2 part of the question, right? Here, like action movie. How many like action movie here? Action movie, 6. Okay, so 6 over 32, which is 3 over 16. You can have the decimal here. For this one, yes, romance or, we know or, you have to accumulate them together. تجمعهم مع بعض. So the romance, how many romance? 12 romance. So 12 plus, because I have or, comedy. What is a comedy? 9. So I have 12 plus 9, which is 21 over 32. You can find the decimal here. Okay. Now, how many outcomes I have here? Yeah, I have 10 cards. So this is the 10 cards. So my probability will be, denominator will be 10, right? In both of these two sections, right? Now, odd numbers. What is the odd number here? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay. How many? 5. So I have 0.5. Okay. Now, how many cards that is not white? Not white, it means 1 minus. Not white, it means gray. How many gray? 1, 2, 3. Not white is 3 over 10. You can do it like this, or you can do it in the other way. Not, I mean not, you can 1 minus. 1 minus the white. How many white? 7 over 10, which is the same answer, 3 over 10, which is 0.3. This is unlikely because it is less than half. Okay, so you can go to the two sides. Now, how many outcomes we have here? Yes, we toss a coin, so we have 2 options in the coin, but we are going to do this one twice, so we have 2 to the power 2, so we have 4 as outcome. So our probability will have denominator 4, right? Okay. Now, is a head. If you have the first is a head, first toss is a head, so could be head and head, or could be head and tail. So you have 2 options here. Out of what? Out of 4. So you have half or 0.5. Okay. For the second one, both tosses are tail. So you have only one tail. You have only one of this one, right? So you have 1 out of 4, which is 0.25. Now, what's our outcome? How many outcomes we have here? Yes, we make the dice. The dice, I have 6 options. 1 to 6, sorry, 2 dice. So I make the dice twice or make 2 dice is the same thing. I have 6 options. I make it twice, so 6 to the power 2. So the number of outcomes is 36. So all my probability will be over 36, over 36, over 36, right? Now, I'm looking for what? The sum greater than 7. So you need have greater than 7. How many options I have? I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is a maximum sum because my number in the dice from 1 to 6. 12 have only one option, 6 plus 6. 11, you have 2 options, 5 plus 6 or 6 plus 5. 10, you have 5 plus 5 or 4 plus 6 and 6 plus 4. Do you have any more? No. For 9, you have 5 plus 4 or 4 plus 5, 3 plus 6 or 6 plus 3. For 8, you have 4 plus 4 or 5 plus 3 or 3 plus 5 or 2 plus 6 and 6 plus 2. Is it correct? How many options I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I have this one. So you have it 5 when you divide it by 3. You have 5 over 12. You can have it as a decimal as well. Getting a sum 9. I have a gate of sum 9 here. Okay. How many ones I have here? 4 out of 36, which is 1 over 9. And you can change it into decimal as well. Okay, at most 5. At most 5, it means the sum could be 5 or 4 or 3 or 2. Never be 1 because I don't have 0 to have 1 plus 0, right? So 2 is only 1 plus 1. I have no more option. For 3, I could have 1 plus 2 or 2 plus 1, right? For 4, I have Yes, 1 plus 3 or 3 plus 1 or 2 plus 2, right? For 5, I have 4 plus 1 or 1 plus 4 or 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2, right? So how many options total I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Is it correct? Okay. So I have 10, okay? You can simplify to have it proper fraction. You divide it by 2, you have 5 over 18, and you can make it as a decimal as well. Now, when you have a table, the total number is given to you already here, right? No need to have the total here. So your number of outcomes is 1000. So your probability denominator will be 1000. Okay? 1000. What's left? Just counting how many landing in a red dice. How many red I have? I have 3. No, not this 3. Don't look at this one. Look at the red in the table, right? Which is 309. 309, so 0.309. If he's asking you to round it up to 2 decimal place, yes, this is more than 5, so you can add 1 to the previous one, so it will be 0.31. Catch it? Yes. Not yellow, so could be not yellow, could be red or blue. So I can add the red plus blue, right? Which is 489 over 1000, which is 0.489. If it's needing the 2 decimal place, this is more than 5, so I can add 1 to the previous one, 49. Okay. The other way around, you to do this one using the complement, not means 1 minus how many yellow you have? 511. 511 over 1000, right? Which is 4,9,489 over 1000. The same answer as this one, right? Okay. Now you have this one as well. Okay. What is the probability of selecting a male student? How many male I have here? I have 30, so I have 30. The total outcomes is what? You give it to me in the question, or I have to sum them? I have to sum them, right? He doesn't give me the total here. So I have 30 here and 20, so the total will be 50, right? So you have 30 over 50, which is 0.6, right? Now, student select randomly what is the probability that he or she doesn't play a sport, right? So doesn't play sport is this one. So you have, how many you have? 18 plus 9 over the total is 50, and you get this the percentage, right? Now, I think here is the female selected, so you have no option for you have the female. What is the probability she like football? Where is the female and football here? It's 25 over the total. The total is already given to you 800 plus 80. So 800 plus 80. Oh, please, okay. Plus 80. So it will be 25 over 180, and you can change it into decimal. Okay. Badminton player. So the badminton player is here. How many badminton players? So you add this together, you will have 60. And should be a male, right? So I don't care about the male and female. I'm only caring about the male. So I have only 25 playing badminton over the total is given to B, which is 100 plus 80. So you have 25 over 180 divided by 5. So you have 5 over 3, 6. You can change it into decimal, right? Now, the third child is a girl, so you have 3 child. So the third one before this one could be girl and a girl, could be 2 boys. This is another option. Okay, but must the third one must be girl, right? Or could be girl and 1 girl, 1 boy, or 1 boy and 1 girl. Okay, this is the only option to have the third one is girl. So I may have 2 girls, 2 boys, or girls, boys, boys, girls. So I have 4 out of what? Yes, I have 3 children. This is the same experiment. I have the option male and female, so I have 2 to the power 3, which is 8. So it will be 4 out of 8, which is 0.5. At most 2 boys. At most 2 boys, it means you may have no boys. So you shouldn't have 3 boys for the season. This is not. So you have 7 out of 8. Okay.